not all about water or anything like that we talk about. A lot of times we talk about this is protection of the land. And it's not going to between one nation and another nation is basically the same. Most of the BC are Athabascan people, and Athabascan people are basically have the same sort of governance, same sort of structure of governance. And so we know that a lot of people in BC are going to sort of help us with this protection.
What you, I might say this wrong, but what does that refer to? Elders or hereditary leaders? What does that mean exactly?
Hereditary leaders. There are a lot of people that are exempt and don't have a name, but they're respected in the community. But at the same time, our exempt are the people that carry these laws that we put on paper. They're the ones that have it. They're the ones that keep it. They're the ones that teach it to our people. They're the ones that teach it to our kids. These laws that they carry is we had a hard time to even putting it on paper because in our way we shouldn't be doing this, but in order to protect ourselves today, we believe this is how we have to do it. If paper and pen is the only thing the province and Canada can listen to, then we'll use that.
Is there somebody that wants to talk about the change in the water that they've noticed out on the land? Are there rivers or lakes drying up, things like that? Would you like to have
My name is Tanis Reynolds Deefben from the Squilactan First Nation. And we are here supporting Nadleh because we share the same traditional Baflat system. And Nadleh worked with all of our elders and all of our traditional leaders on this declaration, and everybody wanted to support them on this water policy because it's going to help us protect our traditional territories. That's why I'm here today. And there has been so many harms in our environment, and especially from the Nadleh mines in our area and the Alcan. Our nation went through a court case and we're still dealing with that. I don't understand how Site C can go through if they look back on what Alcan has done to our traditional territory. They shouldn't want to do that. It's harmed our salmon, it's harmed our old traditional territory. Of all the people in our area, we're working on a wind farm and trying to find alternatives, and if it was good, the potential of having 3 of those wind farms could generate enough energy that Site C wouldn't even be needed. So it's very concerning for us as traditional leaders. As last man said, we were raised with the water, we were raised in our environment, and we were raised to love our waters. When I grew up fishing. I grew up collecting medicines, berry picking, doing everything on the land with my grandmother. And it's the best time of a person's life to be able to do that because it makes you feel so good. And you understand how important it is to be protected. When our ancestors looked after that land, they understood the land and the water physically and spiritually. And they did have ways of managing the environment, and our traditional territory flourished. Everything was clean. And we have to have our traditional values and beliefs. We have to instill them in our children. We have to instill them in, we have to teach them to people, because people have to understand the value of our water and take it more seriously. This water policy is going to improve projects for everyone and everyone who lives and works in our traditional territory. So I just want to express that from the Stella Den, we share the Bathhouse Hall with Nadleh, and these are all our chiefs, and that's why we're here today. All of our elders worked on this. And for myself, if it was up to me, sometimes I feel like we would want to sue the government and the people for mismanaging our traditional territory for so long. And we see a light now that we might be able to do something about it. We might be able to save the water. There's people in our communities that even our tap water isn't good. It's contaminated with arsenic. People have skin deficiencies. They're losing their hair. And they say that it's not because of what industry's been doing in our backyard, but we all know it is. We need clean water in our communities. It's so important on so many levels. And we're all hoping and praying that this will make a difference today, that we'll have better water in our communities and in our traditional territories.
If there's any more questions, we're going to wrap this up. I would like to say thank you to the media. Thank you very much. And thank you for the Azatne. Thank you.
Can we get a picture of everybody in front of us?
Okay, sure.
Yep.
Thank you.
Hey.
Fit it all in the arms. We didn't need to be
Yes,
Nadleh, that is. Thank you very much.
I guess that's where he was running off to. I was like, oh, I've seen that.
Okay, so while we gather here, we would like to say a closing prayer for everyone, so we have a safe journey.
Because you're
back
that
to
guy.
Nadleh.
I'm like, okay.
For everyone
Get
here.
off me.
And George
I have like
Senior,
3 parts. I know. My grandma just said so much. I just put a 30 cake in there.
Can you have the Azatne for the picture?
Would you join